He's up. Check, check list down. Check list down.
Here you go. Come. Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, before we get started, we'd like to give our praise, honor, glory to where it's due to.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Hakodash.
That one is always to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone, who were well and taught his truth. GMS Nashville Brothers come back to you again with another Sunday lesson out through the sharing power of us outside. What is it? July 6, 2025, the hopeful year of deliverance and destruction and judgment upon Esau Edom. And that's really what we're going to go get into today. You know, the destruction of America, Babylon the Great, aka Babylon the Great, known as in the scriptures, you know, mystery Babylon the Great, mother of harlots, Chaldeans,
Sodom.
yeah, spiritual Sodom, Rome, Greece, Idumea,
Everything bad.
yeah, Human,
That team.
you know,
Lake of fire.
the lake of fire, not the river of fire. And you know, we're just gonna get into the destruction, man. So again, Lord willing and satisfying. You get that Revelation.
Revelation 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and it's become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Because so like I said, Babylon is fallen, and that's what's going to happen to. Because this isn't speaking about ancient Babylon, which ancient Babylon today on a modern day map would be Iraq, and Iraq is still here today. But when you go into Revelation 18, it speaks about how it has become a place of unclean creatures, desert animals, as you read also in Isaiah 34. But yeah, so Babylon is fallen. This is what is about to happen to America. This is a future event which is about to take place very soon. We see, you know, within our lifetime. We'll say we believe the next. We'll say you can count it on one hand how long we got in years. Got
For all nations have drunk of the wine and the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy.
through the abundance of her delicacy. That's why how China is able to, you know, get the money and power that they have today, because America is a consumer-based society. They consume. You know, that's why China is able to sell America all these, you know, items. Not just China, Vietnam. You know, you'll see it says made in Vietnam, made in Taiwan, made in Iraq, or wherever they may be making these products, man. And they ship it to America because America is a consumer-based society. And then it said what read that first part again of that verse.
It's like it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine and the wrath of the fornication.
Yeah, so all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, being America. And if the Babylon is speaking about America, then who is it talking about? Because you can, everything that is speaking about, you can link it up how America is doing the same thing. Everybody's following after America. America, you know, that great city, that beloved city, that golden city. This is speaking about America, man, because all the nations following after that whore and following after her ways.
I just want to get this real quick.
Yeah.
This is in Daniel 8:25, because the wine represents different policies, different philosophies, you know, democracy, you know, that he set up with these other nations, and they follow after. So that's what's really hurting their society, is through these different policies that Esau, you know, pushed upon these other nations. And they greatly, you know, they didn't have a problem with partaking there, because what they was looking at was now. Okay, yeah, this sounds good now. Later on, they ended up infecting them. So I'm gonna get this Daniel 8 real quick. It says, and through this policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. He shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace he shall destroy many. He also shall stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
Mhm.
And so through his different policies, he was causing that crowd, to be brought forth. And it was serving the other nations well. The Israelites were waking up. It was the time of the heathen, to prosper. But now that shit is over with. And now the other nations are mad because of different policies that are pushing out.
Yeah.
It's different tariffs. The war between the small hats and the lower level Edomites. That's how you look at the Americans.
Get hold of that's the Egyptians.
Yeah, so they're all broken up. The EU, NATO, they took part of the policies. They're all against it.
Yeah, 'cause when you read that in that Daniel, it's speaking about Antiochus, but you can apply it to today as well, man. Just like the brother was saying, they're going as well as says, change the times and the laws, wearing out the saints of the Most High. So we can apply it today as well because we're seeing the same thing happening back then, happening now, man. As it says, that which was written aforetime was written for our learning, and not that one, but it was going to that which then is now. So that I believe in Ecclesiastes, that which then is now, and then you also have, history always repeats itself.
That's where we get that from.
Exactly. So we're seeing the things that was happening back then is happening now. Antiochus did the same thing, man. Killing off the Israelites, persecuting the Israelites. You got to follow my way, and then pushing out to the whole broad scheme of things, man. And we're seeing the same thing happening today, man. Allowing craft to prosper, pushing forward their agenda, then everybody's following after the horde. You got something out?
Yeah, because you mentioned how America is a top consumer nation, which is going into the Revelation 18, talking about merchants will weep because they're not going to be making money. So the first thing that came to my mind was maybe because I'm unlearned in it, maybe America doesn't really have resources like that. Like Europe is known as a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
So I asked ChatGPT what resources America has, and it has a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, because it says America is one of the most resource-rich countries in the world. So, but then I asked, I said, with all of this, why is America still a top consumer nation? Based mainly upon importing goods rather than exporting to other countries, because we're not really known for exporting anything.
Yeah.
It says, great question, and it's a sharp one. The U.S. has a massive wealth of resources, but it's still the world's largest consumer economy and runs a trade deficit, which means imports over exports. That seems contradictory, but it actually comes down to 5 key factors, and I'll just read 3. It says, high standard of living, high consumption. The United States has one of the wealthiest and largest consumer populations in the world. People here buy more, especially imported goods like electronics, clothing, cars, etc. Which that also shows that when people lose that standard of living and are not able to get these commodities that they enjoy every day that a lot of these other countries don't have, they're going to lose their marbles. They're going to lose their mind. They're going to act irrationally because everybody here is about buying whatever they want, looking good, always being clean. Nobody's ever worried about taking a shower. It's always accessible. Nobody's ever worried about having water. Everybody's really worried about buying a new phone or a new video game. Some shit that some of these other people in the world don't even know what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. It says many U.S. companies, this is for number 2, globalized supply chains. Many U.S. companies design products but manufacture them overseas, especially in China and Vietnam. So that right there is going to be another reason, because that them doing that work over there helps their economies.
Yep.
It shows that everybody's tied into Babylon as well. And then it says, now that's a big one, strong dollar policy. The U.S. dollar is the world's reserve currency. A strong dollar makes imports cheaper and exports more expensive. This naturally encourages Americans to buy foreign goods. But we already know that the dollar is not going to be a long-lasting thing.
Right.
So that shows that it's just going to be a trickle effect. And especially when America's destroyed, that's why these merchants are going to cry, because nobody's going to be making no money off of America no more. This is your best consumer. This is who you want.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
You got something real quick?
Yeah, something quick.
Economics are so strong.
We're speaking about the state of Babylon. Habakkuk 2:12. Woe unto him that built a town with blood and established a city by iniquity. Just proof that this is more proof that this is Babylon. Because people can even argue and say, oh, this whole world is tainted and people done fucked up stuff across the world. Well, yeah, but what's the sinful kingdom? As it says in Amos, the 9th chapter. what's the head honcho of wickedness? Because really, all the other nations, they learn certain kind of tactics and other things from Babylon, the American lifestyle. Everybody copies Babylon if they want to believe it or not. They all copy Babylon in some way, shape, or form. But that was it.
Yeah, even when you read in 2nd of the 16 going into Asia, thou which is partaker of her wickedness, broke be paraphrased. So yeah, they're following after the way that this place is the wicked place, and woe were them, because they built this place on bloodshed and on the backs of the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and now they trying to get rid of the Latinos. All the hard work that they do, now they just kicking them in the ass. So throwing them in the cargo planes and throwing them out at sea.
Alligator
Alcatraz, which we've been on that. Talks about it, they've been bringing that out, and that happened to the Jakes Judah when they came over here. When with alligator bait, they was already doing that to the babies, man. The you have they would put the babies out for alligators, and then have so they can get the alligator skin. They didn't care if the alligator ended up eating the baby or not.
And that's also fucked up. Because when you think about it, why is Esau is a cunning hunter?
Yeah.
That's a skill that he has mastered. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need to use a Jake kid to get an alligator. He can do that by himself.
Mm-hmm.
But he wanted to do that because that's how his heart is towards you people. A lot of Jake's going to learn that this man is really fucked up in the head, and he don't like you at all. And he's going to show you that.
Especially he losing his blessing.
Yeah.
And Jacob was coming in the ears. He's mad as fuck. His women don't like him. The world don't like him. He's not God. Everybody knows that. Everything is spelling.
Nature don't like him.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
How the hell you like a couple stories where there was an Edomite woman and there was one that dogs bit her fucking nose off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These animals don't fuck with you either. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time when you see a video of somebody getting ripped up by animals, majority of the time.
Because Jake understands that that's not the really through spirit. They understand that's not the time that we're in. We ain't in time to be playing around no damn lines. And then can tell
And Jake knows where not to go.
Yeah, know what I'm
Just
saying.
walk through the woods for no reason and then come across a black bear.
Them niggas are
Not doing
the cave divers and the narrow ass caves. That one nigga that got stuck,
Yeah.
died in the cave. It's
They
like,
have many stories of people getting fucking
Yeah.
killed in caves.
we have a common sense spirit to us, even though, Jake's still stupid. There's still some parts like, nah, nigga, that's too
The
much.
joke about the horror movies.
Yeah,
You hear the noise. No, I'm not.
yeah. Who's there?
Don't you say that now with Satan?
Yeah, right.
I'm not entertaining that
Yeah,
shit.
man,
I'm not
fuck with
going
you, bro.
out there.
You sitting there, your door open.
Because you're going to go out there and you're going to see some shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going out there.
I'm not.
Just go stay here.
You got something real quick?
No.
Yeah, we get back.
Revelation 18:4.
I see what
the
we're doing.
voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, that you receive not of her plagues."
That's when the fathership ends up the elect, man. Come out of her, my people. So you don't receive the plague which is about to come upon this society. If we can get that Zechariah 14 and verse 12.
Okay.
Going to, it says, read that again.
Yep. Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, that you receive not of her plagues."
We don't want to receive of the plagues that America is about to receive from the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua. So we got to make sure that we're doing what we got to do so that we can be, come out of her, my people, so that we can be beamed up into that fathership, man. Or the
Protected.
right. Got that, Zechariah?
I got it. I'm reading NLT.
Mm-hmm.
Zechariah 14:12 NLT. And the Lord, Yahweh Shai, will send a plague on all the nations that fought against Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
Their people will become like walking corpses. Their flesh rotting away. Their eyes will rot in their sockets, and their tongues will rot in their mouth.
Yeah, so what can make you do this, man? What can make your tongue rot out in your mouth? And it says, what does it say in KJV?
It says in Zechariah 14:12 in the KJV. It says, "And there shall be a plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem."
And who's fighting against Jerusalem? all the other nations, and you have Israelites who call themselves Israelites, you know, who are Israelites who are fighting against us as well, man. They mock the prophets. They persecute us. Oh yeah, I'm black. You coming up against us, man. Again, starting with the apostle of the great millstone. So these players are going to come upon you, man, and overtake you. You got it.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
So it's going to consume away, man. What can make you do that, man? Ain't regular bomb isn't going to make your tongue and your skin just fall off your face, man. The only thing that can do that is a nuclear missile. A warhead, which is heated to very, very high temperatures, man. Like, because I think I was looking up how when you incinerate people, not burying them, but what's it called, cremating? You know, they turn the acid or whatnot. That temperature got to be like I believe like 1,000+ degrees just to happen. And these missiles that they're speaking about are like tens of thousands, if not millions. Degrees, man.
Got this.
Yep.
How hot is a nuclear bomb? During the period of peak energy output, a 1 megaton nuclear weapon can produce temperatures of about 100 million degrees Celsius.
And what's that in Fahrenheit?
Right.
It's 200 million.
Yeah.
It's
Let me
200 million degrees Fahrenheit. And that's hot, man. You're bad off 90-degree weather. It says 90 degrees.
212 degrees
212.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
So 212 million degrees Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm.
And ironically, there's 200 million, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. And that's the spirit, man. 212 million degrees in Fahrenheit. And then what the hell is this about to do to America? It ain't. America's not coming back from that nuclear destruction, man.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was looking into that one day, and that's at like the when it detonates, and then that initial that initial boom, that's when that's 212 million. And that destroying wind, and from there, you know, it kind of like decimates out and the heat goes down just a little bit.
Some of the worst dust is from the outer ends of it, the radiation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
So
I just want to pass a picture around and show the camera.
oh,
So
that's
I'm
cool.
saying,
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say, because one of the other questions underneath, because we know about Hiroshima and Nagasaki,
Mm-hmm.
and we know that because the brother spoke about the
yeah,
radiation.
and that's what I got.
Yeah, how it's still.
No, I'm saying, so this picture.
Well, yeah, go ahead, pass it around.
Show the camera.
Or you gotta read something off it.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
brother from Chicago posted this. It was 5 slides.
Yeah.
And it says drawings from survivors of Hiroshima. And for the second slide, it says reports of zombie-like people with their skin melting off of them, walking for miles, begging for water. That's what the person drew. Because then the brother said, "Now imagine what's coming to Babylon."
Yeah.
But that's what the people that survived drew when they saw them zombie-like.
Once I get it, I'll show the camera.
No,
But and while they passing that around, because the other question, it says people also ask, how hot was the Hiroshima bomb? It says upon detonation, because remember, keep in mind, a nuclear bomb is 100 million degrees Celsius.
Mm-hmm.
So it says for Hiroshima bomb, upon detonation, it produced a fireball that raised temperatures to 7,000 degrees Celsius. So we're talking about not even a tenth, possibly, you know, a very small fraction compared to what a nuclear bomb is capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? And based off of this, like, see, goddamn, this some anime shit. Yeah, this is some anime shit. You know, Attack on Titan that shit. But they like I said, they didn't upgraded this shit. I'm gonna show this. So y'all can see. Put it like that. You screenshot, read for yourself. But but yeah, 7,000 degrees Celsius was the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs. So again, this nuclear bomb is 100 million degrees Celsius. So like the brother was saying, you know, it ain't gonna be no regular, you know, missile strike or nothing crazy like that. No, this is gonna be pretty much something from the heavens.
A memorial.
Yeah, This is fire from the heavens.
Sacrifice from Basra.
Yeah.
Because when you read in that Numbers
That's the
35 and
magnitude
33,
of Hiroshima
they
and
go into
Nagasaki.
how,
That's fucking from 1961.
if you can get it real
What
quick,
the hell's a Sorbonne?
Russia.
Where you want?
Yeah, it's right.
he's gonna get that Numbers 35 and 33.
Where the hell they dropped that
It's
at?
about to be
They
a
dropped it on
sacrifice
something?
in Basra, man.
Or that was just like a
Probably.
test?
With,
Yeah,
when you go into
probably.
Basra, that was the the
I'm
capital of
saying you
Edom.
said how much worse it is
With
now.
this
Look how much
modern
bigger
day
that shit is over the
today.
span of 20 fucking
When you
years.
go into what I
Yeah.
believe Isaiah 34.
Yeah.
You got it.
Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
But by the blood of him that shed it. So, and when these missiles come over, it's going to, or when the war has detonated over, it's going to be like a cleansing agent. Because that's how you cleanse things, especially when you put gold in the fire, it cleanses and gets the dross and the impurities off that gold, man. And you got to shed the blood of him that did it, and that's going to be by the way of these nuclear warheads, man. When they detonate over here, that sacrifice, that memorial, and once it happens, nobody's going to dwell here ever again. Showing again that this isn't speaking about ancient Babylon. Because ancient Babylon, again, is modern day Iraq. If you look on a map today. You got anything else for quick before getting that?
I got
Revelation, anything? Go ahead.
You got it. This is not, no, Romans 9, Revelation 9 in verse 15. It says,
Start 12.
yeah, it says, one woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
Yeah, that's speaking of that first woe, speaking about World War One, and the two woes come hereafter, speaking about World War Two and World War Three. And then I believe when you go into Revelation 11, it goes into the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly.
And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before the Most High, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year,
So,
for to slay the third part of men.
so this is prepared to this is a set time that nobody knows except the Heavenly Father for when this is going to happen. And no man knows the day nor the hour. So this is prepared and set for a specific day, month, year, and time for when it is going to slay. The Lord Yahweh is going to slay the third party men, which the third party men is going into Esau, Edom. You got three classifications of the water of men. You got the sons of the Most High, which is the sons of God. You got the sons of men, and you got the sons of the wicked. So this is about to come on the sons of the wicked, man. The Edomites, which the sons of God is the Israelites, and then the sons of men is the other nations outside of Esau and Israel.
Which is
Yeah.
protagonist, antagonist.
Exactly.
Movie.
The extras. Yeah.
Yeah, then you got the 16 extras.
Mm-hmm.
The protagonist is basically the hero of the film, and the antagonist is the villain. And really, when you want a good movie, you can't have one without the other. Or so part of what makes this movie so exciting is Esau. That's not giving him credit. That's giving the Lord credit because he made the perfect movie.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing this man reach the height of his excellency with all his demonic energy, and then he's just going to completely get folded like a bitch. That's going to be the greatest movie of all time. That victory is going to be amazing, especially once we get to enjoy it in the kingdom.
Once we get to watch this bitch get destroyed, scripture speak about that sea looking glass. Just sitting there and just literally watching this bitch melt away.
That's what Apostle Gabar said. He said, man, I want to see the destruction, man. He said,
Yeah.
I've been in this thing about 30 plus years. You don't think I don't want to see the destruction of America?
Nah, this shit gotta go. And that's the spirit that brothers should be in. Looking forward to what's hastening the day of the Lord.
Yeah.
Because we're not like the Christians. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord for what in is you.
Yeah.
Roughly paraphrasing. No, we know that once this is over with, then we can actually start ruling and not have to worry about this shit no more. So we're cool with whatever comes with it. the tribulations, the persecution, we're cool with it. Because when it's all said and done, we have to go through that in order to receive salvation.
Exactly.
So shit. That's why bros say, man, Esau need to hurry up. You know, go ahead and push that button. But
A lot of other Jacob scared.
Yeah.
Jacob trouble ain't real.
yeah, Jacob Trouble's not real. Well, you're not. That means you don't want to
We
leave.
wish we could just get beamed up at work. That's not gonna happen.
That's easy, and that doesn't.
That's way too easy.
But that doesn't prove anything. You're not proving. You're not. You're not getting tried through the fire. You know.
Really not grateful if that happens.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a spoiled Edomite kid just gets Walmart passed down to him.
Mhm.
He don't know what it took to build that shit up. That's why King Solomon spoke about it in Proverbs. You know, Ecclesiastes, Salaki. You know, pretty much you don't know if your sons or your son's sons is going to take care of this after you gone. So that's what it's really just vanity.
Yeah.
But what we're building, there's no passing it down because we're going to be there for eternity to maintain it.
Right.
Because sin will be done away with amongst the nation of Israel. But y'all got it, Salaki.
Lord, you got a little bit more than you got.
Revelation 9 in verse 16, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them.
And this isn't speaking about actual horsemen. This is a metaphorical and symbolic talk for missile or for warheads, like that's going 200,000, and when you read it in, you know, other translation, it says 200 million.
Yeah.
So this is speaking about 200 million nuclear warheads coming and destroying America, decimating it.
And
And
also,
that-
too, he said you heard the number.
Exactly.
So technically, he was right when he said missile, because they got to be projected. They got to be, you know, so he's hearing the roaring of the missiles, the engines of all them different missiles that's together.
Once they hit that button.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then when it hits the atmosphere, that's when the warheads, they come out and work out for the missile.
Which I wanted to back you up. I wanted to add to this because you got to think it's like you said, 200 million. You know, and it's like, well, how, who, what? There ain't one country that got that much. You got to go to Jeremiah when it speaks about all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows. So everybody that possesses nuclear capability. Now I got 9.
And they're not going to tell you how many warheads they got.
Exactly.
In actuality, they just going to give you something that looks good to the public.
Yeah, because right here it says
Like Russia has like what 1,000,
um
and then like America has like 400.
it says
It could also multiply.
it says according to the Federation of American Scientists, there are approximately 3,904 active nuclear warheads and 12,331 total nuclear warheads in the world as of 2025. Like you
That
said,
sounds good to the public.
exactly. That's a flash number.
Yeah.
You got to think Esau's creating this shit. You think he only built this many?
No.
He built this. America has a thing called MAD, mutually assured destruction, to where however many you shoot, I ain't gonna keep 1,000. What if you got 1,001? That means I lose.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna double up. But there's 9 sovereign states, which are, it says, generally understood to possess nuclear weapons. It's the United States, Russia, United Kingdom, France, China, Israel, India, Pakistan, and North Korea. So those are the 9 that are known. Now they said you got ones that are, you know, pretty much joint with them or whatever, so on and so forth. But when they go into Jeremiah and it says all you to bend the bow, shooters, but a lot of these, because what the US, what UK, I don't know about Pakistan, but I believe maybe France. I'm talking about NATO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about like being with NATO aligned with the US. Israel, you know, after a while, they ain't gonna be turned with them. It's just gonna literally be the whole world versus the United States and Israel.
Yeah.
And then, you know, brothers been talking about it, man. You know, really, Israel might get taken off. We might see that, and then, you know, that we speculating.
Yeah.
You know, speaking as men. Okay, there's no scripture on that, but what's that? The least of the flock drawing them out.
Mhm.
You know, how rampant that thing is over there. You see, it kind of died down a little bit.
But look how quick it happened, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we be saying, bro, any day it takes the span of 24 hours. Not even.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
There was no warning at all. You just got a notification saying they shot at Israel.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's like, damn, unknown beef
You know, I
because
think
they
it was Israel attacked Iran.
yeah. But it's like they're not because they're not going to post the things leading up to that. You ain't gonna find that out until after the war. But thankfully, after this war, we're the ones with the true report. We're gonna be the ones with the true report. You know. But yeah, nine sovereign states so called. But like you said, man, because that number,
Where is Esau with them?
yeah, 12,000. So you only got 12,000 nukes.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
You've been where they've been doing it since Oppenheimer, 1960s.
As far as like building them up more,
Before that,
working, yeah, before that, but it been increased.
Oppenheimer's why they had the Hiroshima and
Okay.
Yeah, was it is that an atom bomb?
Yeah.
Was that the atom bomb?
I think it was.
He's the one that built that shit.
Yeah.
But they've been-
He saved the destroyer or
Yeah. The shit
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
that's going into what's that in the Revelation?
the waste of the destroyer.
No, talking about something about falling from heaven or something like that.
Oh, drop bombs from heaven.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking
Fire
about?
from heaven.
Yeah, fire from heaven. Yeah.
Revelation 13.
Yep.
That was Babylon that did. That was America that bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was before he
Part of again, part of prophecy.
Yeah.
And that was World War II. And now what does it say? Third world coming quickly.
Mhm.
You know.
That's it.
And also too, I looked up something. So they can say, oh, you know, we had this many nuclear warheads, but how many fucking missiles do we have? The thing is, you're talking about what goes on top of the rocket. Well, if you got 24,000 missiles, and for someone can carry up to 12, 24 to 36 warheads.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
through the times, and that's where the higher numbers
Yeah.
come from of 200 million, because you got all these different nations. Say each nation got 24,000 rockets, 34,000 rockets, you know, missiles. That's what I'm going to say. You know, all these different nations, and you do the you know, because the Lord knows, you know, all them different rockets or missiles got, you know, 50 warheads and this 50 times, you know, so when you start times, and that's where the numbers of 200 million missiles, 200, you know, 200,000 horsemen, you know, that's where those numbers come from, you know.
Mhm.
So it's easy to understand, but the simple, you
Yeah,
gotta
please.
understand. Yeah, that.
Jeremiah, because I'm gonna jump. We'll start at 8 to 10, Jeremiah 51. Then I'm gonna jump down to verse 46. But Jeremiah 51 and 8, Babylon is suddenly fall and destroyed. However, her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone in his own country. For her judgment reached unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Verse 10, the Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our power.
Declare the work of the Lord our power, man. And that's what we're doing. And we will continue to do that until the very end, man. In the kingdom. This is the work. What's happening right now is the work of the Lord Yahweh outside.
Yep.
And it said, what? Take balm, if so be she may be healed. That's a rhetorical question. You can't heal Babylon. Heal Babylon, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. You can't heal this place, man.
It's like healing from what?
Exactly. That's like, you got a double barrel shotgun wound to the chest, and then the brother says, hey, here's some ibuprofen and a shot.
Really like a because the missile's really like a reminds you like buckshot.
Mhm.
Like you got all them pellets within even just shotgun. You know what I'm saying? You got all them pellets within that one casing, but it spreads out and causes more damage.
Yeah.
That shell, that shit spread out.
Yeah. So it's the same thing with a damn warhead.
And that's 200 million now.
That's overkill.
Yeah. Because I looked it up.
Mhm.
Like, say there's like 50,000 missiles in the world, you
Yeah.
can fit about 4,000 on each one
On each what?
missile. Like, I'm just saying, like, if
4,000 warheads?
yeah, warheads, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's more than 50,000 missiles, and just like you're saying, they could just stuff as many. It could say 50, 60. Well, they said, well, we can put 50 more on there.
Make them smaller,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Bigger impact, more
Yeah.
space to compact that warhead. and they got multiple target
Yeah.
systems to where when that bitch break off, different warheads go to different cities and break off.
And that's the thing too. We again, like the brother was saying, you know, we can't read what Esau is showing you. Oh, okay, yeah, there's only 12,000 missiles active. No,
Like,
If we just read what Esau told us in the Bible, we still be in Christianity.
yeah, exactly. No, you gotta dive in. This nigga is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That means deceiver.
Yeah, so you best believe he got way more. Why would he tell? And then on top of that, because he's the forerunner of this internet shit, why would he openly put that out there? Because anybody got access to Google, Wikipedia, can look this shit up. So why would you? Oh yeah, I'm gonna put out how much weapons I have, so then a goop can come through and
Yeah.
like yeah, okay, they got this many.
Then you can cause the military, they got technology that's 30, 40 years past what we seeing today.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, because I was looking up earlier, back in 1970, the military was already using GPS, and then 20 years later, 1990, that's when it became, known and global to the public.
Yeah.
So 20 years before, they was already using the GPS system, man, for military means.
Which is like a modern day compass.
Exactly. So they showing you that
Nothing
Esau not. What was that?
shows they have nothing that's new under the sun.
Exactly.
It's more advanced. Knowledge shall increase.
Showing you that Esau don't care about what you think and what you want to know, and they only going to tell you what they want you to know. If they don't want you to know that they got laser beam rifles back in the back, then they're not going to tell you. They're going to make it seem as a conspiracy. I ain't saying they do. I don't know. But they even would do the DEW, the direct energy weapons. They'll make that seem like it's a conspiracy theory. No, we ain't got none of that. Yeah, the fuck they do. And they got to understand that. And if we, have somewhat of a knowledge about it, what else do they have back there?
So is that this? I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
The Lord gave us enough information to know how Esau maneuvers.
Exactly.
That's the other stuff we'll find out. But regardless, it's nasty work.
Yes.
Exactly. Nasty work, man. That's why the devil's got to be put down, man. And the Lord Yahweh Shem will put him down with these with the destruction of America, these ICBM nuclear missile warheads, as well as the lasers from the chariots, man. Destroying and decimating this place, man. There's no escape.
Ooh, and if I may too, because I'm looking this up, because I tried to see if they gave you a number, but they're pretty much giving you a number that each ICBM that America has, the LGM-30G Minuteman III, says they're capable of being fitted with 3 MIRV warheads. Now it says, however, in compliance with START Treaty, and all this other, but it's talking about all this treaty shit. Now keep in mind, we're dealing with the devil. We're dealing with the same man that broke every treaty. You want to get that?
Yeah, I can.
He broke every treaty with the so-called Native Americans.
Yep.
He broke every treaty with the so-called Seminole Indians. He's a man that's known to break treaties. So
What makes
Base-
it different?
exactly.
Fire from
And
this,
yeah, he's the father of lies. Yeah, the forger of lies. Yeah. Yeah. Father of lies and the forger of them. So when you that's why you have to be, you really got to be in the spirit, because when you're reading these things, like you said, if we're just going to base it off of Google searches, well then we wouldn't even be in the truth. But you have to dive into these things and look at who you're dealing with. You have to understand your enemy. This nigga is a well-known liar. He's the father of it. He's the forger of it. And he's known for breaking treaties. All of a sudden, this nigga's going to keep treaties concerning nuclear weapons. When he's also known as, or not known, but known, but he's known for being blessed with what? The sword.
Yeah.
Why would he, you know what I'm saying? It's just common shit, common sense. It's war too.
Yeah.
Again, you don't tell your enemy what you got.
No.
You only got 2 clips left, so this shootout can't last much longer.
Yeah.
Any of you lying. You got 4 clips. Yeah, he's on his 24th bullet, and you go to shoot, and he pops your ass because he lied. It's a war. He's trying to win. He's not trying to be cordial.
You don't fight fair.
Yeah, yeah, you know, there's no fighting fair in
You
war.
don't need to fight fair, but he goes above me.
Yeah, the hell no, he breaking his neck.
Blankets, it's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
the Gatling gun.
Yeah.
The Gatling gun tore our ass up. No chance in hell. That's prophecy though.
that's bringing a gun to a boxing match.
Exactly.
It's very hard.
Because they couldn't go hand to hand combat with Gad and Reuben. They had to bring out the Gatling gun. But it's war. We could go back to the tents all day, man. That wasn't fair. Well, nigga, it's war, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, you're dead.
Yeah.
So doesn't matter. You got that?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Got verse 46.
Where at?
Verse 46. Jeremiah. I said down to 10 and jump to 46.
What is it? Let me see. We gonna get there. To add to the point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, we gonna get it. It's just real quick.
Psalms 55 and verse I always get 21.
Yeah.
Verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Yep.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawing swords.
Yeah. Words softer than butter. You know, war is in his heart. He's drawing swords. He's not really keeping it 100 with you niggas, man. And he doesn't have any intentions on doing it. And especially now when we're starting to see his horns, which we've already seen it through the spirit, but he's starting to showcase it to the masses. Like, yeah, nah, the nigga, this is me. You know, I'm you know, I'm an Edomite.
Yeah.
That's what he's showing the people.
Would you pity a charmer when bitten by a snake?
Yeah.
No, that's a goddamn snake.
Hey, nigga, you walked up to it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cute. Well, that cute snake bit your ass.
Yeah.
And now you're dying because of venom poison.
Yeah.
You know? You need the anti-venom. No, nigga, ain't no anti-venom. There's no anti-venom for America. That shit's gonna be fucking destroyed. But that was it on that. You got it, bro.
Jeremiah 51 and 46. Unless your heart faint and you fear for the rumor that ye shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall both come 1 year, at that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, and ruler against ruler.
Good.
It says,
You heard them.
therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon, and her whole land shall be confounded, and all her slain shall fall in the midst of it.
You got to think too, how much wickedness did Babylon do to the Most High and sending 200 million nuclear warriors to this place? That's a lot. You see what I'm saying? This is overkill. We're talking one nuke. You can hit the top 5 cities in the U.S. L.A., New York, Dallas.
Yep.
Shit. Somewhere in the Midwest, and then
Florida.
and then hit Florida. Call it quits. That can take out the whole states.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It can.
Vegas.
Yeah.
One
Hit-
got it there.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Sin City itself. That's Gomorrah or Sodom. That's one of them shits. For real.
These citizens down there got a youth home.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that
Yeah.
I heard these citizens down there got a youth home.
And you talking about in Vegas? Or you talking about?
No,
Oh, in general. Oh, in America. Okay, yeah. No, yeah.
What, 300?
350, I think.
You know,
340. Yeah. So
340.
damn near.
So they say.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
We don't.
We gotta understand these. You know, we're dealing with numbers that even himself, that nigga don't even know, man. He goes around every year taking the census, nigga.
So that shit's still fucking through.
Yeah.
How the hell is it 350 million? And the United States is gigantic, and we live in apartment buildings.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't make any damn sense.
It's because the Edomite will. I'll be saying that.
A lot of land that ain't got no.
They'll buy land and it'll just be there with a big ass sign for sale. Nigga, just do something with it. All that land over there, you can do something with it.
I think certain states have like very little people, like Wyoming.
Yeah.
Most of the state is with land. There's nothing there.
Now it's not to say to go and just tear down shit, because that's what they did. But on certain parts, you can use that
Everybody
shit.
can have money and have land.
Yeah,
Be cool.
exactly.
But he don't want you to do that.
You want the 50 is more control. You want more.
Mm-hmm.
They even said, oh, sorry.
That people in like sardines, 50-minute cities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got the vision from the beginning.
Yeah. You thought you was cramped in, and just wait till they started putting forth those 15-minute cities, man. Be cramped in a hole.
You gonna get them Japanese apartments.
Yeah.
And them bitches is literally like, you got a toilet and a bed.
To own nothing and be happy though.
Yeah, right, yeah. Own nothing and be happy. That means that nigga, again, he's unhappy and owns everything. Don't make no damn sense, man.
Mm-hmm. You about to ask something now?
Yeah, because we're talking about how basically Esau could do better. It's saying that billionaires could end the world hunger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says in 2024, the combined net worth of the world's billionaires was over 13 trillion, which is really more. They're not including the elites.
Mm-hmm.
It says the United Nations estimated that around 40 billion per year could end world hunger. It says by 2030. So basically, they have the ability to do good, and they're not doing it. And that goes back to when he was king. Because he knows right from wrong. You know what to do, but if you're not going to do it, then sin lies at the door.
Mm-hmm.
This man is always going to choose weakness. He's always going to choose sin. He's always going to choose himself. Not even his people, himself. You see what they did to the rest of Esau? They doing fentanyl on the streets. And that's the judgment too. And we love seeing it. We don't want to help you. I don't have $5 for you. You're damn right. Go continue to be strung out and starve to death. We don't give a fuck what happens. Because look what you did to us.
Yeah, if you're a low Edomite in this society, you just lost. Like brother said, you're a two-time loser.
And that's not an outward judgment either. It's by the Spirit. Because we know there's Israelites that look like they're the nations. But if we know you Edomite, your whole spirit is through, I'm not giving you no money. Nobody's giving you shit.
And even the ones that do have money, it's still low level compared to what the elites have.
Yeah,
But here it is, they still find a way to still step over you. That pride is still always shows through when it's all said and done. That pompous spirit that they have,
Yep.
they can't get rid of it. They can't hide it. You know, it's just a part of
because
it.
they're the opposite of the Israelites.
Exactly.
And then it really threw me off when Apostle Gabar said that, imagine, it's like the elites, they never have a bad day. Ever. They never have a bad day, they never stub their toe, everything just goes smooth for them. You can't even imagine that. Every day that we got is fucked up somehow. Some way, shit don't go how you want.
Because Satan's with you. Because when Satan's with you, it's gonna be easy. But when the Lord's with you, He's gonna put you through, trials and tribulations and that fire to bring you out better. Them niggas, banker family, they ain't got shit really. They ain't gotta go through shit. So that's like you got this dirty ass vessel. That's what they are. They're a dirty ass vessel that's gonna stay dirty until the end of time.
That's how you know they ain't gonna make it in slavery.
Exactly.
They're not good for that.
They ain't been tried. They ain't been because I was reading about one dude, I think it was Rockefeller, or said that he grew up in London, then he came over to America to go to Harvard, then he went back, he spent his time, playing water polo and all this other shit, and then it said when he turned like 23, 24, he said that his family called him back so that he could get the shit started, get the business started, man. You already know what the business probably was. Probably they said, okay, son, so we're gonna need you to
Small loan.
yeah,
Small loan.
we need you to we're gonna tell you about the Israelites. Now it's time for you to know, because they know.
This is what you're supposed to be.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a forerunner.
You had your fun in a younger age. Now it's time for you to get serious and learn what Jacob did to us.
In the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Really what you did to yourself.
Exactly.
You sold the birthright. When it's all said and done, nigga, this is your fault.
Exactly.
This is part of the story. You mad that you on the shit in the stick. You done got your time. Nigga, you got the majority of the statue.
Yeah.
You know?
You got your blessing.
It's just showing you ungrateful.
You still got it out?
Yeah.
You got the you
Rejoice and be glad, oh daughter.
You don't know how cold the Lord is. Really, everybody had their chance to rule.
Mm-hmm.
But now, when they hearing that it's Jake's time to rule, nah. What you mean?
But the thing is, it's shown that y'all are not fit.
Right.
Every kingdom that has, that the heathen have ruled, You know, some have been better than others, and you know, some even let us go and continue to serve the Lord and do all that, but it still just amounted to nothing.
Yeah.
There was no bountiful fruit coming out of there. It was just like, yeah, we cool, but I mean, we ain't really, you know, we're not really prospering.
Mm.
Well, fuck you. Oh, yeah, you can go to the temple. Okay, still in the flesh,
Yeah.
you know, still going off. Shit, still, you know, it's all a whole bunch of shit. Everybody got their chance to rule. So now it's our turn through Yahweh Shai to run this place. And this time it's not going to end because we're not going to have sin.
Now, when you the time you're referencing to, we weren't fully functional. We didn't. Most of our nation wasn't here.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we haven't been united in a very long time.
Yeah,
And
niggas,
that's why people are so worried about it now.
yeah, had one big ass disagreement. You know what? Fuck it. I don't know what came now. Like, we just dip off. They split. And like you said, we ain't been the same since. That's why now you got that evil eye, and
Yeah.
especially amongst if you are of a different kingdom, you know, see that one southern kingdom, like, nigga. And vice versa. He looking at you, you wet back.
Yeah.
That's just how it is, bro.
That's part of the curses, though.
Bro, got anything else?
Nah, that's all I had.
What else? No, Revelation 18, verse. You can get 5 and 6. Yeah, man.
Revelation, you said
I
18?
think Lord.
Okay,
He was already.
okay.
Revelation 18, 5 and 6 says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities, reward her even as she has, reward her even, as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she had filled, fills her double."
Fill her to her double. So everything that Esau has done to us, we're going to double back on you in righteousness. We're not going to do the wicked, heinous acts that you did, abominable and things contrary to the law. But everything that you've done, we're going to do back in righteousness. And it said what? That the Lord has remembered our iniquity. The Lord ain't forget none that you've done, man. Everything that America has done, Babylon has done, Esau has done, what Idumea has done, Edom has done. Lord hasn't forgotten everything that you've done, man. He's not just sweeping everything under the rug, and now we letting bygones be bygones. That's something that the black man does. We're not black. Lord isn't black. We're Israelites, and as we demand, and the Lord requires recompense, man. That's what we demand. And we require that because that's what the Lord says in Isaiah 62 and 6. Give him no rest until he make Jerusalem a praising earth, until he established to make Jerusalem a praising earth. And in order for that to happen, the enemy has to be put down, man. We have to put Esau down through Yahweh Shai, man. And then it's going to be, the 144,000 as well. The first fruits has said what? That the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. And we're not asking for the kingdom, man. The Lord is going to take the kingdom and destroy this place, and the Lord's going to have his rightful throne at the top of the universe, at the top of creation forever, man. I said double. So we're going to double back on you, man. And you other nations aren't exempt either. You're going to get that judgment as well, man. This difference is, after that 1,000-year hardcore bondage that all the nations are going to go into, the other nations get to go, back to their home places and their dwelling places. And then Esau, he gets, eradicated. He goes extinct. No more Esau. And because Esau was created to be the wicked. He wasn't created to do righteousness. So then once everything is established and set in order, you think Esau was going to change his ways? No, he wasn't created to change his ways. He was created to do wicked. And once that 1,000-year period is up, we have no use for you anymore. Buddy, go back to the spirit of the Lord Yahweh. And then whatever happens from there, happens from there.
We don't care.
Right, we don't give a fuck what happens to Esau. You can stay as a spirit of the Heavenly Father for all the rest of the time. No. You go back, you just dwell there. I don't care what happens to you.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be in the kingdom. My cousin was the Edomite.
Right, now he is Israelite.
Yeah.
No. Fuck.
And they come back,
Got it right.
they come back, dark skinned, fro. Shalom. That ain't how that's going.
That's not gonna happen.
Any relationships that you Jakes have with Edomites, you should work on cutting it. If it's your mama, hey, good luck, nigga. But you work on cutting it, because that's the thing. Your mother is not going to get into the kingdom just because she birthed you.
Right.
If she's a heathen, she's a heathen when it's all said and done.
Take black dick.
Exactly. That was it.
Damn near every woman does.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Keisha love, or not Keisha, but Eve love that shit. The woman, they love that. So, nah, man. Well, my mama black or my mama white. If she through her father's lineage, if she is an Edomite, she will be going into captivity. You gonna have your mama as a slave.
Yeah.
There's a mindset that comes attached with that.
Honestly.
We joke about it, but it's serious. There's a shit. There may be a brother that deals with that. So, you know, or not even just the Edomite, but just any nation.
Yeah.
Outside of Israel.
But in the kingdom, it's not gonna be like, oh yeah, I got my mom and slaves.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you boasting in it.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, we, you know, the water. Yeah, because Jake gonna run with that too. We ain't gonna be boasting about it.
There's gonna be no memory of that.
But we're just saying
Well, in the kingdom, you don't have lineage. If you're party elect, you were the first fruit.
exactly.
They don't
So
have-
that shit goes through you. So you won't even really, you know. But
You ain't got no mom.
we gonna really, you know. What I'm
Never
saying?
eat 'em.
Yeah. It's just gonna, it's another slave, and you know, you'll know through the spirit. Damn, that was my mama, but you're not
That
gonna
was your mom in your 100th life.
exactly.
Right.
You ain't gonna, you're not gonna go to the Lord with that.
You know how many moms you had?
Can we change her spirit, Lord?
Not
Nigga,
everybody that you know now was significant before. And
Nah, they're here to the Most High, you know, because when you do like that, then at that point it's like, look, man, it's all
Been through so many generations. You might
right.
You might have had a
You know how many mamas you had?
I
exactly.
was like, you know how many
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Back when Yahweh was when he was King Solomon, his mother,
yeah,
she was a heathen.
Yeah.
So
you know how many mothers you had, bro? Like, it don't fucking, it don't really, you know what I'm saying? There's no real big deal about that.
no,
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it
don't
is.
let that mess with your salvation.
Yeah, nah. If that's your lot, then that's just something you got to deal with, man. You got a heathen mother. Well, hey, just understand.
Be happy
You
you're
know?
an Israelite.
And right, exactly.
Ultimately, be happy you are.
Yeah. What we got? Anything else?
I got all those.
That's it.
Mark 1:15 and saying the
What you
time
looking
is
up? You looking up,
fulfilled.
David? What you looking up?
what you said.
You looking up,
What-
David?
I thought
I think it's
King
David.
Solomon's mother was Bathsheba.
David. What-
David. King David.
No,
Who's
What?
so somebody's mother was a heathen? I thought it was
no,
maybe
that was, I'm pretty
Jerusalem.
sure that was King David's
Grandma?
Moses' wife.
No,
Moses' wife was a heathen, and King David's, I think, grandmother was Ruth the Moabite.
that's what.
Grandmother.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking about.
I know what you was talking about, but yeah.
We all got. I mean, you never
That's
know.
still the lineage, so according
Yeah.
to black on the Israelite, you're not dick.
Yeah.
You're a
And then at that point, then yeah, King
But then,
David.
but you don't know your dad, but all of a sudden you know you're 2,000, well, not 5,000 years of lineage. You know,
Right.
you're a single heathen in
'Cause-
mine.
'cause
Man,
you-
shut the fuck up, you Asiatic nigga.
Because you goddamn.
Fucking 10% chink.
Because you can
You
dance.
don't even know.
10% chance.
Dance and dunk.
it.
Yeah.
Well, Asiatic.
You're not gonna believe that, but you got a cotton swab and you'll put it in a box and send it off to Esau.
Yeah, ancestry.
Yeah, you
Which
sit
is-
on you.
They openly tell you that they just send you shit.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
not
it's just
actually real.
landmass.
Yeah.
It's a country. That's not a fucking race. There's nothing behind that shit. It's just a
Good.
land.
There's no percentages.
You know
You're not.
about immigration?
I'm
God damn.
I'm 30%. I'm 30% Cherokee, 20% Indian, 10%. I got a little 10% of Irish in me.
And that doesn't matter because who's your father go back to?
Exactly.
Right. That's all that
They
matters.
said I got Asian.
Yeah, 100% what your father is, man.
That's it.
Yeah, Salaki for slip up.
Nah, you good.
You got it.
Mark 1:15 and saying the time is fulfilled and the kingdom of the Most High is at hand. Repent ye and believe the gospel.
Repent ye and believe the gospel, man. There's only one truth. So now it's time to repent. The door of repentance is open. You know, continue to do what is required. And if you're not doing what is required, you know, tighten up. Sweeten myself first and foremost. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the spirit, to the body, to the fold. Before we end off, we'd like to give our praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to.
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Production.
The warnings as always to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Until next time, shalom.
Shalom.
Allah.